The data has to be modeled. You have to implement some sort of data governance, no matter how rudimentary, to make sure the lights are on, the basic infrastructure is working. I'm also including all sorts of, well, actually, let's keep it a little separate. So the training, if any, is needed to, get the company or all the new users of the tool up to speed. There's the provisioning and administration costs, like somebody in IT, if you even have an IT team. If not, then somebody has to take over the administrative responsibilities of, subbing in and subbing out. These are sort of like the tangibles, sort of like the internal tangibles. There's obviously the cost structure. Hold on. Sorry, I'm getting a call. I'll just send this to voicemail. Vanessa, are you still there?
Yep, still here.
Okay, cool. I'm glad I did not end the right call.
I know. It's always a...
Okay. So yeah, these are all the internal tangibles of the switching costs. There's obviously the pricing of switching over and making sure you have the budget to switch that. The intangibles is mostly around habit and advocacy. So there are certain use cases that are promoted by certain tools. For example, if the core evangelist, we saw this firsthand in the exception situation I was describing earlier, that the marketing department actually had a larger say, and Google Analytics hence had a huge vote within the organization. So just the nature of the function made a certain tool fairly applicable, and it wasn't really a budgetary decision of that we have to do Google Analytics versus Amplitude, so what is the relative cost? Google Analytics was actually free. It was more around the intangible of did we even use Google Analytics for other product stuff? I mean, it's fairly good with marketing, but it's actually pretty bad for everything else. So, the marketing department basically made the argument of using Google Analytics for something which it wasn't built for. So there was, resistance internally from product that this was not suited to our use case. So this is the advocacy part. There's also general habit, like even if two solutions are perfectly equal and the decision maker is, entirely within the product team, there will obviously be evangelists for one versus the other. And then the imperative part, which is the third category of, switching costs. We've only really been talking about analytics. We haven't really discussed what else is in the ecosystem. Like we have to run automated email campaigns. We have to sort of run promotions on a seasonal basis. We have to run ad campaigns. We have to have some sort of rule-based, triggers of certain behaviors within the product if the user falls in a certain cohort. All of this requires a lot of other tools. So, for example, email management tool, ad tracking management tool, attribution, whether a sales lead came from, a blog reading or an ad or whatever. So all these other tools, they actually are entire categories and families within the entire market. So when we talk about, switching costs, it's also how would these new analytics solutions interact with everything else that's feeding the data into them. So obviously Segment and mParticle make federation a lot easier, but Segment and mParticle themselves are not cheap and have a further cost pretty much comparable to Mixpanel and Amplitude. So if companies can't really afford that, then they have to sort of build something internal, and then you have to sort of figure out which combination of solution works the best versus a specific analytic solution. So one of the upcoming players in this area of non-analytics, categories for tracking, for attribution is called Braze. It used to be called AppBoy formerly, and they have sort of started becoming this replacement for a lot of front-end capabilities. Google's Tag Manager, the product otherwise called GTM, started doing that, but they haven't really quite achieved their potential.